now.
Hi, this is Dr. Bridget Williams, and this is the Wellness Toolkit. If you are viewing this today, we are on live stream, we are on Facebook Live, we are on Clubhouse. So I hope you're having a great day. I'm excited to do this because I'm talking to one of my favorite people, Ianni, who, like we're going to get old one day, right, together. So Allie is a yoga instructor, a meditation, but like she does everything, and she soothes my spirit just by like a 2-minute conversation. So I'm excited to have this conversation today. Hi, Allie, how are you?
Hi, Dr. B. I'm well, and what's coming up for me is, for those of you who might have listened in on this conversation before, this is a re-recording of talking about mindfulness meditation, and just like I talked about last time, it's a practice, and so us coming back and talking again today, it's just a practice, and that's how life is. It doesn't always work the first time, and we just acknowledge that and we come back.
Absolutely. And so part of us talking about mindfulness and meditation today is really because, as a medical cannabis and family physician, I have people that really kind of get stuck into believing one way is all they need to improve their wellness. So whether it's their medications or whether it's cannabis or CBD, they feel like they got it all covered just by having that one tool. I find that is by far not even close to the truth. That to really reclaim your wellness, it is a collection of tools that really are meaningful into helping you feel empowered, to have balance. And so we created this show, the Wellness Toolkit, where we talk to people in all sorts of different holistic realms, so that you can learn more, and really for me to learn more. And I want to share that with you. And so talking with Allie today, I've gotten into meditation really for sleep, but I've done it at different times as well. But I think a really great question is about, what does meditation and mindfulness mean to you? And what should that mean to somebody else?
So today we're specifically going to be talking about the mindfulness meditation. And so a great place to start is this idea that meditation are different attention techniques. So you've mentioned that you get a lot of benefit from guided relaxations, which help you fall asleep. And those are wonderful. I also receive a lot of benefit from those types of guided relaxations. Mm-hmm. Today, specifically with mindfulness meditation, the way my teacher Cindy Lee talks about it is that there's mindfulness meditation. So we're going to land our attention onto a specific object of meditation, and then there's everything else. So not to say that one is better than the other, just as far as being intentional, that the practice we're going to be talking about today is about being awake and engaged in our lives. So finding that balance of being awake and alert, yet calm. And that's part of where the mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is really being aware of the thoughts, of the space that you're in. So for a lot of people who are working from home, your workspace now includes your family or roommate or puppies or kitties. And all of that is part of our life practice. And so it's part of our mindfulness meditation practice. So just kind of wrapping that up to be clear, mindfulness is being aware. It's noticing our life in the in-between moments. And mindfulness meditation is using that awareness as a practice, that we place our attention generally on the breath right at the edge of the nostrils, although there can be other objects of meditation. And when we notice that our attention has shifted away from that and into thought or into a sound, into sensation within the body, we wake up to that and we just come back. We just come back to it.
So one way I think people meditate and do exactly what you're saying and they're not aware of it is in the shower. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That people, particularly if you're just in there and you're just letting the water hit you for who knows how long, and if you're one of those people that use up all the hot water and you've been in there forever, right? But it slows you down. You're very much aware of your thoughts and what's going on around you and your breath, because the water is usually warmer, so you're much more aware of you taking in air. And it's where people sometimes get their best ideas, right? And they kind of organize their thoughts and how their life is going and how their day is going to go and what's going on with their family. And it's that time where everything just kind of slows down. You lose track of time. And so I think if that's beneficial to you, then the idea of doing meditation in addition to that, you might find really, really helpful. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there for the people that feel like there's a distance and a disconnect maybe between what meditation is and what their daily life might be like. You probably are doing this in some way, and that's one way you might be doing it already. And so kind of going with that, how did you get into this space, Allie? How did you whether it's yoga and meditation, how did you kind of find this as your calling?
So for me, I was studying at Ohio State, and I joke that I'm a recovering perfectionist. And so when I was in undergrad for exercise physiology, I wanted to do well, and I worked really hard. And one of the requirements as part of XPhys was that you had to take so many movement classes. And so one of the classes I took was yoga. And what came up for me in learning about yoga and practicing it was this element of mindfulness. And it seeped in initially in that class, and then I started noticing it showing up in other areas of my life. And I was really curious, and I wanted to learn more. And there's something about having an experience. So the idea that if you want to relax, to notice when you are relaxed. If you want to be engaged with something, anything, notice when you are engaged and what is engaging. And so what I got from that experience was recognizing that interesting balance of being awake and engaged and present, yet being able to have a certain sense of calm and stability. And really my meditation practice started when I was in teacher training, and from there it was all about creating a relationship of what was sustainable. And for me it started with 3 minutes, because I would do 3 minutes, and once I felt a level of okayness with 3 minutes, and from there it started to build. I would say, though, for someone starting a meditation practice, don't feel like you have to start with 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Even 3, 5 minutes can be beneficial. Even, what was that? We were talking in April, and we did 90 seconds. And even something that short can be really beneficial. And then from there you can titrate up as you're building capacity, or, if you want to.
Right. So I find that interesting, because I think for your more type A person, and I'm not pointing any fingers, right? That meditation can be a little uncomfortable in the beginning, right? It's a little difficult to just stop. For some people, they never just stop. Like the only time they stop is when they're literally already asleep, right? And so I think there's something to be said about taking it in small chunks and building it up until you're more and more comfortable and you find it more beneficial. And I do see Kia is here on Clubhouse, and if you want to comment in or share in a little bit, just I guess raise your hand. when you're ready. We will do like a short little meditation here today as well, but I appreciate you listening, and we'll check in with Facebook Live in a little bit here as well. So if someone, like, what do people not know or do not understand about meditation? Like, what is the big misconception when people think about meditation?
I think you kind of already spoke to it, this idea that in meditation you have to be still, and or in meditation you have to be able to quiet your mind or clear your mind. So one of my favorite analogies is meditation isn't, you're not a computer, and meditation isn't just closing all the windows and anytime a pop-up comes up, you're just like forcing the pop-up closed. We're not computers. And so this idea that, you already have to have a calm mind to meditate is that idea that, you're not flexible enough to do yoga, or that, you're too dirty to take a shower. So it starts with starting, and let's say that you're a person who, as it is right now, you play with a minute of meditation, and you're not feeling successful. Like, that's what you get to work with, that feeling of not feeling successful, because it's not as if there is like a badge that you get in meditating. It's not like, this meditation session, I nailed it. That last one, I really mucked it up. It's a practice. And while mindfulness meditation, the seated variation, does have some structure around it, you could also practice walking meditation. You were mentioning earlier the idea of like using your shower time as ritual and getting into the mindfulness there. And maybe it's not, textbook mindfulness meditation. However, any little element that we can weave in is going to contribute to the causes and conditions of finding that state, being awake and engaged in our lives. And to me, that's why I meditate. Like, that's the goal, to be able to be awake and engaged and present, and to practice being a human.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that. And I love the idea of you introducing the idea that it's not just this idea of sitting, with your legs crossed. It can be like, I don't know how many people use that walk and that rhythmic feeling of walking to kind of just disappear and just kind of get with their thoughts and almost empty their mind. So I'm going to bring Kia up to see what she has to share. And you were already alluding to this, but I'm sure people always have the question of what are the benefits of meditating? Why should I do this? And go ahead with that, and I'll bring Kia up.
So what I can say about the mindfulness meditation is there are 3 benefits from the lineage that I have been taught and that I teach, and those are clarity, stability, and strength. Additionally, there is research being done right now that is, our modern world catching up with these ancient methodologies. And I've been alluding to it. The study that I read recently that I found very impactful is this idea that the mindfulness meditation, so much of the research has been around relaxation. And there is now a plethora of research that meditation techniques, the whole gamut of them, can support accessing a state of relaxation. The other side of the coin that has not been as thoroughly researched and is just starting to get the attention is the attention. This idea that we can train our awareness, that we can train our alertness, that we can find a balance of being awake yet not anxious, that we can be engaged in something and still be chilling, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And to kind of gain control of your emotions and your feelings and your body by just shutting down a little bit, slowing down. And so I want to invite, so if you aren't sure where the voices are coming from. We're on Clubhouse, and we're about to invite Kia to speak as well. We're also on Facebook Live right now, and we're doing this from our, where are we at? The premiere today, right? So, Kia, how are you today?
Peace, ladies. How are you, Dr. Bridget and Ashley? Thank you for having me come up. I appreciate it. I recently got back on Clubhouse. I've kind of been shutting things out, and I saw this come across. I was in the room earlier, so I'm like, oh, this is the universe. I need to just come in and see what the ladies are talking about. So, again, my name is Nikki Middleton. I'm a single mom of 3, and I'm going through a lot lately. So meditation and yoga are kind of like, or for sure, in my practice.
Wonderful.
1 second.
Yeah. And I think she brings up a point that sometimes when you have the small kids, I'll tell you that whether I realized it was meditation or not, that moment when I'm sitting in the car, all the kids get out, everyone gets out of the car, and I'm in the car by myself, and I will be in there for a while, and they've learned just let her stay in there. That was my moment just to cool down and slow down and just be at peace before I go in the house, and then all the ruckus starts again. So I don't know, Kia, if you were able to hear that, but how do you incorporate meditation into your life?
So when Allie started talking, you talked about wellness. I remembered I just had a 6-month-old, 6 months ago. And I remember working, we've been working from home for so long, and the company offered like wellness classes. And I remember just falling into a meditation on the floor. And, I did consume cannabis throughout, small doses throughout the pregnancy, but it wasn't even that. It was my mental, the baby's crying. It was my mental, just slowing down. And I distinctly remember just falling into a deep sleep underneath my window, and it was beautiful. So I just wanted to share that meditation is awesome. I need to find a way back to center, which is why I tapped in. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And the one thing that we mentioned when we recorded this before was how I utilize it, and you utilize it as well, is through Insight Timer, right? And when we recorded this before, I had several people reach out to me afterwards that use Insight Timer. It is an app. I feel like it's the app for the real, I don't know, the people in the know. Not that I consider myself in the know, but the people that I know, they're in the know, tend to use this app. I love it for sleep and for other meditations, and you use it totally differently. How do you use it, Allie?
So there are so many guided meditations on there, and I will say that some of my favorites are there's a yoga nidra for sleep on there that if I don't knock off right away, that is like my go-to. There are some also really sweet ones for like good mornings or for like tapping into your energy. Basically, if you can think of a guided meditation, you can probably find it on there. The way that I use it is it also has a timer function, hence Insight Timer. And so you can set different tones. And so my like mindfulness meditation starts with a wood block. And then I get this nice little gong sound when I'm done. And so for me, it's just a nice way to set the timer, be able to set it aside and not worry, how am I going to know when this session is ended? So for me, it gives me a nice bit of boundary. And then again, I mentioned I'm a recovering perfectionist. So I like the cataloging of it. I like that it records
it's tracking. Yeah.
So it keeps a sense of accountability, and you can also put little reminders in that if you haven't meditated by, let's say 7 p.m., that it sends you a little note of, hey, we haven't meditated today.
Yeah.
You want to meditate?
Yeah. So, Kia, if you have gotten out of a little practice, so yes, it is Insight Timer.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've tried other ones, and I always come back to this one, and I've gotten incredible reviews since we started talking about it. And they're not right, Allie? Like,
not yet.
Not yet, exactly. They should, though, right? And so Kia also mentioned, and I think we should kind of get into this space a little bit, is where does CBD and cannabis fit in? And what Allie did not tell you was that the way that Allie and I know each other is that she was the education coordinator for my first big gig, right, where I used to do talks, which I still do, and I need to make a phone call. I still do talks for the Columbus Botanical Depot and Cincinnati Botanical Depot with Joe Brennan, and we'll start those back up actually in June is our plan. And by the way, if you want to see what we're looking like on here, are we on Green Harvest Health right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so we're on Green Harvest Health on Facebook Live. So if you want to kind of see us, instead of just listening to us on Clubhouse, you can check us out over there. But
I sure will.
Yeah, you can see us while we're talking. So I know Allie because she is a CBD educator as well. So and Kia mentioned incorporating cannabis into the meditation practice, right? So I don't know. Go ahead. Do you want to start?
I love this. Yes. So I especially love this because meditation was the analogy I used when I first started talking to people about CBD, because similarly with meditation, CBD can be subtle to notice the effects. You have to pay attention, right?
Yeah.
So what I would tell people is that when I first started using CBD, I didn't know that I was really feeling anything. And my best check-in with anything is if I like something, you get a bit of a ritual with it, and then invariably something happens. You have a day or two or three where you aren't engaging with that ritual, and that's when I can tell the impact of CBD or the impact of meditation. And I would say simply for both of them, they offer me a pause, a spaciousness, and I definitely tap into the lack of that space when I meditate.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely agree. I love that you're saying that with CBD, you have to pay attention. With meditation, you have to pay attention to understand the benefits to your mind and body. And what I love, and again, when you're talking about type A people with not pointing any fingers, when you're talking about
type A, this is just the second time you've mentioned it.
I think people refer to me in that way, though I consider myself very relaxed, but I think people, I don't know. That's what I think people think, right? And when I've worked with people that are using cannabis for the first time, I recognize myself in some people and how they have some difficulty actually finding it to be useful initially because you're a little high strung. And if you're high strung with cannabis or CBD, you won't notice a doggone thing. For either you need to use it for a longer period of time than your average person, or you need a little bit higher dose than your average person before you notice anything. That's my experience. And when I have patients and I recognize me and them, I kind of give them that warning. And that's the experience that they have as well. So I would love to do some research in that about the type A person and cannabis, because I think there's something there. But I definitely feel that if you have problems slowing down enough to meditate, even when I first started doing yoga, when they said take a deep breath, I was like, I don't know, I couldn't even figure it out because I was so high strung at that time. This is when I was still with the Cleveland Clinic, and it was a way of life, right? And so CBD and cannabis can help you get there maybe a little bit quicker or a little bit deeper, I would say. That slowing down, that mindfulness, that opening up, if that's difficult for you, or if you just want a more enhanced experience, I think CBD and cannabis is excellent.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah. And people, I just want to just give a little input. Like people really don't. I think they just don't understand how to receive the effects. From the CBD, and people, they're not really in favor of people consuming cannabis during pregnancy, but with small doses and meditation and things, it really slowed me down. I work a very rigorous job. I talk to people all day. I'm in sales. So being in the pandemic with the children, I had to find something for me, not medication or anything, but something more natural to slow me down. And here, even in Michigan, we have something called elevated yoga. We sesh, an hour or 30 minutes before we do yoga.
The freedoms of Michigan, right?
Yeah, I'm in Detroit, Michigan. So, yes. Those, I even was tapping into that before I had my third child. So my point is, it's a beautiful experience. And I'm a person that likes to be open all the time and very free and open-minded. And so cannabis and meditation slow me down, and they do that for me. And I'm very high functioning consuming. I'm not like sad or slow. And people are like, why are you like this? I'm like, I really think it depends on where your mind is when consuming it. And that's the way you're going to go.
Yes, I 100% on that one. The way your mindset is when you're consuming it is the way you're going to. That is spot on. And
your intention.
Yeah, I love that. Love that.
Awesome. Intention, yes, I love it. And lately, my actions have been more intentional. And so whatever your intention is, that's what you're going to get back. So it's always good to be in the right state of mind.
Absolutely, 100%. I appreciate that, Kate. I'm up in Michigan this Saturday, so whoever's out there. Yeah, I'm from Detroit.
On my radar.
Yes.
You are from Detroit. We're going out of town because Michigan's a little cloudy right now. And I recognize that. So we're heading out to Florida on Friday. But I will keep you on my radar, and hopefully we can meet. I know some really friendly cannabis places.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I would love that. I'm from Detroit originally, so it's my aunt's birthday, so I'm going up there.
Awesome.
So, Allie, I'm going to have you do a short meditation with us, if you are up for that. Is that fair?
Love it. Yes.
Okay, yes.
All right.
So we'll settle in and then we'll do a 3-minute sit. So we're actually going to begin in a workable seat. So whatever that means for you, whether you're in a chair or you're sitting on your bum. And the idea here is that you're able to be upright in your spine without unnecessary struggle. And then we'll start with your eyes closed. Optionally leave them open if that feels more comfortable for you. And all we're going to do right here and now is, as you breathe in, just notice the different thoughts in your head. And on your exhale, feel all the way down to your seat and your feet. And again, inhale, just notice the different threads of attention. And as you exhale, land into your body here and now. And one more round of breath like this. Breathing in, noticing. And on the exhale, drop in. And then one more inhale. And as you exhale, blink your eyes open. Your palms are going to face down on the tops of your thighs. And there's a little sense that the palms press down. And then the down of the hands, there's a little lift up of your armpits. And your eyes are open here. Again, we're practicing being awake and being alive. However, your gaze is down a few feet in front of where you're sitting. And so then the last direction here is to land your attention on your breath right at the edge of your nostrils. And yeah, this is very subtle. Maybe it's easier to feel within your nasal passages. Maybe you can feel it within your rib cage. And it might have happened already that a thought popped up. And so when a thought pops up, and it will, you're just going to notice and acknowledge the thought. You can label it thinking. And then return your attention to your breath, your nostrils, or wherever it feels accessible for you. And we'll sit this way for the next 3 minutes. And so the act of placing your attention is placement. When you notice a thought, that's the mindfulness. That's recognition. And then when you land your attention back to your object of meditation, which you're using our breath, that replacement is what makes this meditation. And as you move halfway point of this split, you are noticing abundance of thoughts, and you're struggling with the sense that they keep streaming in. Can you tap into this idea that God is an opportunity to practice? That the thoughts aren't bad. Your brain is releasing thoughts just like your stomach releases digestive juices, because that's their job. And so your job here and now, if you choose to accept it, is to tune into your attention, placing your awareness onto the breath, noticing when it wanders away. Without a big drama, simply come back.
That's fantastic. I appreciate it. I don't know, Kay, if you've had the opportunity to do that as well.
I did for the minute and a half, but this is beautiful. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I definitely think there's a way to find time in your day, in your evening, to do this. And like I said, we mentioned Insight Timer is a way to kind of help guide that, but just that little slowdown, like how much more relaxed do I feel, even, in this moment. So I definitely appreciate that. So we have a few slides to go over so you can learn a little bit more about us and Allie and everything that we do. So we can get started with that. And I'm going to just check on Facebook very quickly while we're loading that up.
I'm trying to get on fast because I have like a social media detox, so it's loading up right now.
Yeah. No, I get it. I've been where I've like shut it all down, right? And then so it's nice to have some balance there. So is that is the screen opening up for you, Allie?
Are you able to see it on your own?
No, I just see a gray screen. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Great. And yep, there you go.
Does it present? Can you see it?
No. So let's just go back to the other one and we can just kind of scroll through it.
Okay. All right. Are you able to see it?
So yes. So as I said, this is the Wellness Toolkit with Dr. Bridget. I am a family physician, medical cannabis physician, and life coach in Ohio. And this is where we gather to talk about what you should have in your wellness toolkit to reclaim your wellness. So, and no, you're fine. And if you kind of flip to the next one there, the best way to learn more about Allie, and you do some things online, so anywhere you are in the world, you can still connect with Allie. Can you share a little bit about your schedule?
So I am currently teaching with Give Yoga, which is a studio in Columbus, and I teach 9:30 a.m. morning yoga on Mondays and Fridays, and then I teach a class called hot, slow burn on Mondays and Wednesdays. And those classes are hybrid, so you can come in person. We are requiring masks, and we have social distancing set up. And then also you can join in on the live stream. Additionally, I teach a class on Monday nights that is just the sweetest thing. It's called Feel Good Flow. That one you can register through the Columbus School of Yoga website, and that one is online only. And so there's something really sweet about having just people online and being able to focus in on unwinding after a Monday.
Absolutely. I love it. And, so let's talk about this. I'm excited to share.
So after the last time that Dr. B and I were talking about CBD and mindfulness, I planted this seed for a workshop that we've actually partnered with together before called Complete Body De-Stress. This particular one is online only, so the admission is purchasing the materials directly from Green Harvest Health. And there's two options. So there is a de-stress kit, which is kind of like the bare minimum of what you'll need for this particular practice. So it's a 250 milligram, 10 milliliter tincture and a 34 milligram body butter. We're not going to use the whole 250 milligrams for this session. However, the idea is it gives you plenty of product to be able to recreate the ritual. You'll have the knowledge to be able to do it. And then the other option is the ultimate unwind. And in addition to the tincture and the body butter, it also has a lavender bath bomb, and it has 3 of the gummies, so that in addition to this particular experience, you also have tools to help you drop in and relax, in your normal life.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we've kind of created these for whether it's Mother's Day or even for any day, that just to treat yourself or to give a gift to someone else. Like the gummies are definitely, I use them every night to help me fall asleep and to just relax me when I start my evening meditation. And I go through body butter way too much. Like I'm obsessed with it. So those are absolutely great products for a gift, as well as to kind of enhance your own life. So.
And spoiler, we're going to use that body butter for some self-massage. So.
Yes, absolutely. And when is the yoga, like it's an online yoga class. So when you purchase the box, you're also getting the yoga class. And when is that yoga class scheduled?
That is Friday, May 21st, 6:30 to 8 p.m. So we'll start talking a little bit about CBD and our endocannabinoid system and restorative yoga and how they work. And then we will go into our individual sampling experience, and then there's 60 minutes for you to just melt into the restorative yoga poses. So this is the kind of yoga where you're going to get really, really chill.
Yeah, absolutely. And anybody can do this. Some people are, like you had said, some people feel like, I'm not flexible enough for yoga. This is a wonderful place to start if you have not done yoga in a while or have not done it at all. This is definitely the place to start. So absolutely.
Oh yeah, restorative yoga, you're in completely supported shape. So one of the big benefits of doing this at home is you can get the pillows off of your bed, the cushions off of your couches. I know you've got blankets and towels, and really it's restorative yoga is like held and guided self-caring. So somebody else is just talking you into a shape and is holding the space for you, and you're giving your body and your brain the resources and the time to drop in and heal yourself.
Absolutely. No, I love that. And Well, I don't know. I can't see.
I wish I could make this bigger.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, did that work?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just a little bit about me. So in addition to open public classes, I also work with individuals one-on-one. I work with groups. I do virtual coaching sessions in mindfulness, movement, meditation, the breathwork practices called pranayama, and then restorative type modalities, including CBD. And if you're interested in learning more about me, my website is welcometothewell.online. If you go to the Well tab, it's becoming a collection of different resources and practices for well-being. I'm also on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm on Facebook.
Very good.
And then here's Insight Timer if you were wondering about it. Again, free app.
Yes. And to learn a little bit more about my office, we are Green Harvest Health, Medical Cannabis, and Life Coaching offices. Our main office is in the east side of Columbus in Pickerington. We have a west side satellite in Hilliard, as well as a Cleveland office as well. And if you're seeing the slides, you can definitely contact us at greenharvest.health. Or send us an email at info@greenharvest.health, and we'll be happy to guide you and help you find and reclaim your wellness. So, and if you are listening today and want to try some of our CBD products, you can use the code GREEN35 and get 35% off any of our products online. Just go to greenharvest.health and it will lead you to the CBD site. So we would love to have you try our products and see what you think and get a discount while you're at it. So like I said, we have everything for the Mother's Day boxes are right on that site. And if you're in Ohio and have not gotten a medical cannabis card and you have that option, then we are doing a discount for our listeners today. So $190, and just go to greenharvest.health and you can schedule an appointment. And as part of our CBD, you can participate in so many ways. You can do direct sales, we do affiliates, we have distribution, and we have brand ambassadors. We also do white labeling if you're interested in your own brand, as well as custom product formulation if you have an idea and want to see it become a great CBD product. So we love working with new people. And as far as upcoming events, I do a webinar once a month that talks about CBD and how it works, the endocannabinoid system, and also about how to utilize our CBD and get into the CBD business. So whether it's selling our products, white labeling, or custom product formulation, you learn how the CBD business works, what are the stats, how is it doing across the country, and how you can become a part of it with Green Harvest Health. And oh yeah, I have a book coming out.
Yeah.
I have a book coming out I forgot this was in there, May 13th. I'm very excited. It is called Drop the Mask and Share the Crown. It's a book with, I believe, 19 other authors, all sharing a story about collaboration and women empowering women. And my chapter really talks about my journey in medicine and how by really listening to my patients, it actually freed me and allowed me to create the business that I have today. So, so exciting, very excited. And you can also watch all of our videos from the Wellness Toolkit on YouTube. Please subscribe. We talk to people in the holistic space from all different walks of life. And so if you want to see some of the shows that we've already done, stop by the Wellness Toolkit with Dr. Bridget on YouTube. And I think that is it. So excited to do this with you today, Allie. I'm definitely going to up my meditation game. I'm probably going to start adding in my morning meditation again. And I hope other people take this into consideration as well, that there's a way to utilize your life and your time and free your mind and be more in balance, and just by slowing down a little bit with some meditation. And consider where CBD and cannabis can be an incredible tool along with meditation to balance and reclaim your wellness. So thank you again, Allie. Thank you, Kia, for piping in here on Clubhouse. And we will see you.
Thank you so much, ladies. I'm tapping in.
Absolutely. We'll see you next month on the Wellness Toolkit.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks, Kia.
All you need is your breath, guys. You need your breath and a little bit of time.
A little bit of time.
Thank you, Bridget.
Absolutely. Have a good one.